Hello everyone. Today we're going to begin reading Act 2, Scene 3. Before we do that, reminder that within the Raisin in the Sun folder, there is Raisin in the Sun full PDF file of the play, so if you misplace your play, you still have access to it online. Act 2, Scene 3 begins on page 110 if you're choosing to use the PDF. I will be using the PDF to read with you today. Before we begin reading, I want to go over a few highlights of Act 2, Scene 2. The family is feeling a lot of tension as Mama has gotten this money. Walter has been gone for 3 days, and when he comes back, Mama questions him, and he says that he borrowed a car and drove south to look at the large industries and plants for the day. The second day, he drove north into Wisconsin and looked at the farm fields. The third day, he wandered around the south side of Chicago. Mama realizes at this point that Walter has given up. He feels that there is nothing left to live for personally. What dreams and ambitions he has are dashed and gone for good. So she knows that she needs to do something drastic. What she decides to do is give Walter a portion of the insurance money. She tells him that she put about $3,500 down for the house. She's going to give him the $6,500 that is left. She wants him to put $3,000 of that into a bank account for Benita. The remaining $3,500 is Walter's. He can do what he sees fit. And she tells him he watches every penny that comes in and out of that bank account, as he is now the man of the house. It is his right to make the decisions. There is a noticeable change in Walter after this happens. He sees Travis and he starts to ask Travis what he wants to be when he grows up, and that he's going to give him the world, and he's going to be an executive, and he's going to be tired when he gets home. But it's going to be worth it, because he is now going to be able to provide his family with the life he sees fit. All right, this is where we pick up Scene 3 then. It's Saturday morning, it's moving day, a week later, so a week after this conversation with Mama. They are moving to their new house. Before the curtains rise, Ruth's voice, a strident, dramatic church alto, cuts through the silence. It is, in darkness, a triumphant surge, a penetrating statement of expectation. "Oh Lord, I don't feel no ways tired. Children, oh glory, hallelujah." As the curtain rises, we see that Ruth is alone in the living room, finishing up the family's packing. It is moving day. She is nailing crates and tying cartons. Benita enters, carrying a guitar case, and watches her exuberant sister-in-law. "Ruth, hey." Benita, putting away the case. "Hi." Ruth, pointing at a package. "Honey, look in that package there and see what I found on sale this morning at the South Center. Look at here, hand-turned hems. How do you know the window size out there?" "Oh, well, they bound to fit something in the whole house. Anyhow, that was too good a bargain to pass up. Oh, Benny, I meant to put a special note on that carton over there. That's your mama's good china, and she wants them to be very careful with it." "Benita, I'll do it." "You know what I'm going to do as soon as I get in that new house?" "What?" "Honey, I'm going to run me a tub of water up to here with her fingers practically up to her nostrils, and I'm going to get in it, and I'm going to sit and sit and sit in that hot water, and the first person who knocks to tell me to hurry up and come out, Benita, gets shot at sunrise." Now Ruth is excited because remember, they have been sharing a bathroom all these years with everyone else on their floor. Now Ruth has the opportunity to sit in her bathroom in a hot tub as long as she wants. Ruth laughs happily. "You said it, sister." "Honey, they ain't going to read that from no airplane." Benita, laughing herself. "I guess I always think things have more emphasis if they are big somehow." "You and your brother seem to have that as a philosophy of life. Lord, that man done changed so round here. You know what he did last night? Me and Walter Lee? What? Ruth is smiling. We went to the movies. We went to the movies. You know the last time me and Walter went to the movies together? No, me neither. That's how long it's been. She's smiling again. But we went last night. The picture wasn't much good, but that didn't seem to matter. We went, and we held hands. So Ruth is excited. She's smiling, she's laughing, she's cracking jokes, she's happy. She's happy because Walter is happy. And Walter is happy because he feels as though he's going to be able to take care of his family and provide. That is his dream in the play. Okay? His dream is no longer deferred. He is able to work for his family. Beneatha, oh Lord, Ruth, we held hands, and you know what? What? When he come out of the show, it was late and dark, and all the stores and things was closed up, and it was kind of chilly, and there wasn't many people on the street, and we was still holding hands, me and Walter. Beneatha, you're killing me. So Beneatha finds this slightly humorous that Ruth would be so excited that her husband would want to hold hands. But it's also very telling that it's been that long and that stressful of a relationship for Walter and Ruth, that they haven't been kind to one another for a while now. All right, so Walter enters with a large package. His happiness is deep in him. He cannot keep still with his newfound exuberance. He is singing and wiggling and snapping his fingers. He puts his package in a corner and puts a phonograph record, which he has brought with him, on the record player. As the music, soulful and sensuous, comes up, he dances over to Ruth and tries to get her to dance with him. She gives in at last to his raunchiness and in a fit of giggling allows herself to be drawn into this mood. Now, if you recall back in Act 1, Scene 1, in Act 1, Scene 3, when there was dancing, it was not gracious. There was laughing, but it wasn't a happy laughing together. It was a happy laughing at something they were making fun of. So this is a considerable change in the tone of the play. Beneatha, talk about old-fashioned. Walter, what kind of? He says this in fun. He's not angry with her today, nor with anyone. He starts to dance with his wife again. Old-fashioned. Walter, as he dances with Ruth, you know, when these new have their convention, pointing at his sister, that is going to be the chairman of the Committee on Unending Agitation. So now he's poking fun at his sister, but he's also letting her know that he is proud of her for being an agitator, for wanting more and working for more. He goes on dancing. Race, race, race. Girl, I do believe you are the first person in the history of the entire human race to successfully brainwash yourself. Beneatha breaks up, and he goes on dancing. Damn, even the NAACP takes a holiday sometimes. I can just see that chick someday looking down at some poor cat on an open operating table, and before she starts to slice him, she says, pulling his sleeves back, by the way, what are your views on civil rights down there? He laughs at her again and starts to dance. I'm going to let you finish this act, and don't forget to answer your questions.